unbroken brilliance has arrived to Smackdown Live. Intercontinental title on the line. AJ Styles removed from tonight's main event, but it'll go to the brother whom he betrayed, Finn Balor. AJ Styles from behind. Styles clash on Balor. The story of the originals and Finn Balor has not ended as we conclude Smackdown Live. Welcome everyone to Smackdown Live. We are of course on our way to SummerSlam. There was plenty to talk about from the Blue brand coming out of last week's show, especially with the Intercontinental Championship scenario and the saga. And oh, hang on, starting things backstage with Rhodes and Ziggler, the American show-offs, discussing what transpired at Judgment Day. Ziggler wanted to make up for all the issues that plagued the show-offs for the longest time, it would seem. And Cody has much in the same response. An injury is keeping him out of play. It seems as if things have finally been resolved within the show-offs. They are back. And when Rhodes returns, in their own words, they'll be back bigger and better than ever. The American show-offs finally patching up weeks of conflict with one another. Well, that's a feel-good way to get things going on SmackDown Live. And we're going to have a great main event coming our way as well. Samoa Joe versus Bobby Fish coming up for you to close out this evening. Fish, of course, left an impact at the end of Judgment Day when he got his hands on Kazuchika Okada. Now he competes tonight, but we start things off with a #1 contenders match to the SmackDown Women's Championship. Finally, these two women meet once more one-on-one. Paige versus Ruby Riott. Everyone banned from ringside, though. There will be no Absolution supporting Paige. There will be no Riott Squad supporting Ruby Riott. It will be down to these two women alone to leave with the win and the chance to compete for the SmackDown Women's Championship and subsequently for Becky Lynch. Of course, these two women were in the 6-woman tag match at Judgment Day. Paige picked up the win, pinning Ruby Riott, but now it seems as if it's official. These two women at the very top of the Women's Championship rankings. I mean, you could throw Asuka in the mix, in all honesty, with the way in which she was perhaps unceremoniously defeated, and it left more to be desired. There was definitely plenty more that could have gone on between those two women, if not for the distraction from AJ Styles, of course, and the chair shot across the head, courtesy of Becky Lynch. But that is not happening here tonight, as these two women will collide instead. But there has been a good few weeks, even maybe dating back further than that, between these two women that has led up to this moment. The Riott Squad got involved a long time ago. Then it picked up on the way to Judgment Day once again, and that was where Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville worked alongside Paige to result in victory at Judgment Day. Now tonight, Paige will look for victory over Ruby Riott. This was arguably the match that we could have gotten, perhaps should have gotten at Judgment Day. But in all fairness, I could see why the 6-woman tag match was put in place anyway, because there was so much going on in that show. And going on between those women leading up to the show as well, that it made sense to put them all in one ring. So here we go, Paige and Ruby Riott to meet here tonight. To start us off here on SmackDown Live, the winner facing Becky Lynch for the SmackDown Women's title. I don't know if it'll be at SummerSlam or not. All I know is that this is a #1 contenders match. Interesting night for groups this evening on SmackDown Live. We've got the Riott Squad and Absolution, the leaders of those groups, facing off right now. We have the Dangerous Alliance in action throughout this evening. We have the Saviours here tonight, and SAnitY as well. So it's certainly going to be a very interesting evening for groups here on SmackDown Live. We'll kick things off with this very important contest between these two women. Ruby Riott slamming Paige on the apron on the outside. Could only get a 1 count on it. It was too early. Oh! Looked like she was perhaps thinking Enziguri, and it's almost as if Paige turned it into a knee, courtesy of Ruby Riott instead. Hurricanrana takes her down now. Ruby Riott in control in the early phases of this match. That slam on the outside really putting her in the driver's seat. Big back suplex to Paige. Riott now with a big time kick in the back. You could hear the thud of that one as she connected with it, sending Paige into the turnbuckle now. And up on that second rope, she will perch herself and club it away with shots on the head of Paige here over and over again. Couldn't get the full house of 10 though. Oh, big clothesline for Paige. And she looks to bounce back in this contest right now. Northern Lights suplex incoming. Got it. Goes for the cover. Ruby Riott into the referee, all up in the ropes. They couldn't really see it from our angle. To the outside now these two women go. Riott was already on the outside and was waiting for Paige almost. Took the opportunity quickly and made the most of it. Into the barricade, then into the ring. Ruby Riott sends Paige once again. It seems like when the contest goes outside of the ring, then it is Ruby Riott's playing ground. And inside the ring right now, she is doing a good job of controlling the contest as she drives Paige's head into the mat with that Hurricanrana, only able to secure a 1 count again. Up on the arms now, oh, up onto the shoulder. Ruby Riott takes Paige. Things are looking good for Paige. Snake eyes into the turnbuckle, courtesy of the former Smackdown Women's Champion. Paige now. Oh, here we go. She's throwing down with shots of her own. Head butting away there, Ruby Riott. Once again, rolls out this time only to the apron though as she looks for breathing room. And it doesn't look like she's going to get much. Neckbreaker. And the second rope to the floor. Match able to turn around in the last few moments. Paige able to find an opening here and trying to capitalize on it. Knee into the turnbuckle there. German suplex followed up. Covers made, but again in the ropes. Ruby Riott saved by them for the second time this matchup. Paige though still pouncing on the chance right now. She has control here. Fisherman suplex connected. Didn't go for the cover though. Stomping away at Riott instead. Riott moves out of the way. Hard forearm in the face of Paige. Rocks her, backs her up. Irish whip now. Oh, mistimed that one. Socked her with that forearm though. Crucifix roll up. Could this be enough? Could a roll up pull off what she needs? Oh, Paige kicking out at 2 there. Riott standing over as if to say, oh, come on, get back up to your feet. I am ready for another go. And Paige, though, ready for another fisherman suplex. And she'll get it as well. Misses with a kick in the back. Ruby Riott moves out of the way. Reverse DDT. Paige goes down. Ruby Riott at the top rope now. Could this be the beginning of the end for Paige? From up high. Oh, went for a huge splash. But Paige was out of the way. Riott, though, still fighting back here. Somehow Ruby Riott finding a way to fight Dawn. Even after that, maybe the damage she's done in this match has been enough to put Paige in jeopardy. Riott now, running kick in the face. And loading up with a second one here. And now a trio of running boots in the face from Ruby Riott to Paige. That could be enough to give the leader of the Riott squad the number 1 contendership. Oh, it's a late kick out at 2 instead. Paige keeping her hopes alive, much to the chagrin of Ruby Riott. Great contest to get us going on SmackDown Live, but who will leave with the number 1 contendership? Who will leave with the right to fight Becky Lynch for that title? Paige. Oh, look out. A flurry of back elbows. And a knee right in the face as well. Paige saw the chance. She pounced on it. Northern Lights suplex connects. And suddenly, the beginning of the end could come the way for Riott. There's a headbutt for Paige. And now Paige will look to seal the deal. In the air. Rampage! DDT! Absolutely leveled her with it. drags Riott to the middle of the ring. Ruby Riott is done. Paige has won it. And there stands your next contender for the Smackdown Women's Championship. Paige, your winner over Ruby Riott. Next time the Smackdown Women's title is defended, it will be Paige versus Becky Lynch. Two old rivals in this universe colliding once more, this time for the Smackdown Women's title. Fast action to get us going on SmackDown Live, and it is victory for Paige and a title shot coming her way in the future. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Now we move on to our next contest of the evening. Time to see SAnitY in action. Eric Young, more appropriately, of SAnitY. Following up, of course, from the quite surprising arrival, it must be said, of Broken Brilliance to SmackDown Live last week. Defeated Damian Priest and Killian Dane in action. Eric Young now in action once again. He was in action as well. It was a bad night for SAnitY last week. Really kind of following on from Judgment Day as well, because of course at Judgment Day they failed to capture the WWE Tag Team titles, and then on SmackDown Live, Priest and Dane lost in their tag match to Broken Brilliance. Eric Young tried to get himself DQ'd against Ciampa, backfired, had the chair shoved into his face, and was laid out with the fairy tale ending by the Black Heart in the Bank. Eric Young in action once again this evening, though, out in full force with SAnitY. Curt Hawkins will be his victim this evening, shall we say. Probably have another chair shot across the head. So maybe Curt Hawkins can get a win. Maybe he can be happy about that one. No idea why Eric Young's been going under this way, these mannerisms, the use of weaponry, the desire to smash a steel chair over his opponent's head. It's just weird. I think it's the best way I can put it. And there's really no explanation from Eric Young why he's doing it in the first place. He just started doing it. First to Bobby Lashley, I think there was as well. So of all the targets he could have gone for first. But now he is making a knack of it, shall we say. Tried it last week, backfired, got DQ'd in his last two matches before that point. No idea why, but I sure would like to know why that is the case. I wouldn't like to be in Eric Young's head to figure out why, but I think we would all like to know why Eric Young is sabotaging his matches, shall we say. And we'll see if it'll happen here this evening against Curt Hawkins as well. Eric Young wouldn't be too silly to cost himself a victory over a guy like Curt Hawkins, would he? We can hope. Bell rings are underway. Flying forearm right out of the bat there by Eric Young. Priest and Dane, like I said, watching on from the outside here. Who knows what they'll do, if they'll do anything to get involved in this one this time around. Of course, Killian Dane did just that the last time Eric Young had SAnitY by his side, which was against Sin Cara, of all people. Here we go now. Eric Young, though, continuing his control here. Throwing Curt Hawkins around a little bit. Suplex incoming, nails it. Eric Young all over Curt Hawkins, to little surprise, in all fairness, in this contest so far. In the turnbuckle we go now, clubbing away with shots in the skull over and over again. And a knee right in the jawline as well of Hawkins. That could have been across the nose, actually. Hawkins finding an opening, getting in a quick shot, or two, not three. Hawkins puts the brakes on that one. Sidewalk slam, no backbreaker from the leader of SAnitY instead. The two-time NXT Tag Team Champion taking care of business. Look out. Oh, flurry of shots and a discus clothesline. Hawkins trying to get some breathing room on the apron there. Not too certain how wise of a decision that is. He is as far away from SAnitY as could possibly be. Not that far away from Eric Young, though, who brings him back into the ring once more. Lifting up to his feet here. Oh, what a super kick. Took him right off his feet. Eric Young now going to take things to the top rope as he's seeking an end to this matchup already. There's an elbow drop, and Eric Young could be about to finish it. Just waiting on that steel chair, in all fairness. Oh, wait a minute. Eric Young instead putting things to rest.
Wheelbarrow neck breaker.
Look at that. The strength to throw him up in the air and then to catch him and drive him into the mat. Eric Young goes into the cover. You can stick a fork in it. It's done. Eric Young has claimed victory for the first time in a while on SmackDown Live. Incredible. Didn't even go for a weapon, didn't even contemplate it. Eric Young just decimating Hawkins for a win there. Maybe a change of scenery for Eric Young. On a wait. He's ordered SAnitY out of the ring and he's ordered a microphone. Hang on. Oh well. How about that? Eric Young only wants to wrestle one kind of match. And that's a hardcore styled match. And he already has a challenger in his mind. He wants to face Dean Ambrose. And that has brought out Ambrose, who didn't need a second invitation. Eric Young wants his wish. Dean Ambrose more than willing to grant it. Interesting scenes as we continue on here on SmackDown Live. To our next contest of the evening, the Dangerous Alliance in tag team action. Bobby Lashley and Sheamus coming up for you this evening. Much in the same as the Eric Young match. In all fairness, this will probably just be a quick few minutes win. Lashley, of course, and Sheamus, we saw them just before Judgment Day, picking up the win over Finn Balor in that 2-on-1 handicap match. You know, stacking the deck against Balor was interim general manager Shane McMahon. I don't know, he's still here apparently. I don't know how or why. Shouldn't be here, but nevertheless he still is. But Lashley and Sheamus since then haven't been seen. Of course, we've seen Bobby Fish twice at Judgment Day. But there's a real question to be asked right now about the tag team division of SmackDown Live as a whole. Seeing it did seem a little bit quiet for a while, but all of a sudden recently it's picked up again. You have the Dangerous Alliance finding their footing. You have teams who could really pose a threat to the Guerrillas of Destiny. Teams who we haven't fully seen in action yet as well, like the Saviours, for example. I mean, you also throw into the mix, you know, SAnitY could be there again if they wanted to be. American Alpha is another one. And of course, Broken Brilliance having recently arrived to SmackDown Live. There is a lot of high-tier tag teams looking to target the Dangerous Alliance, and that's a very interesting proposition. Sorry, not the Dangerous Alliance, the Guerrillas of Destiny. That's an interesting proposition that the Guerrillas of Destiny find themselves in. Who are next for their tag team titles? Because every team in their own way can bring something different to the table. You have the muscle mass and the power of the Dangerous Alliance. You have the chaos that SAnitY brings. You have the kind of mind games matchup when you face a team like Broken Brilliance. You have pure grappling wrestling from American Alpha. There are a lot of teams, and of course, don't forget, there are the team that were brought over to SmackDown Live but betrayed to Tetsuya Naito. Still haven't seen them yet, but I assure you, when they debut, they are going to bring an impact to SmackDown Live, and I think they'll be a big team as well to shake up the division as well. So if I was the Guerrillas of Destiny, I'd be looking on right now and I'd be thinking there is a lot of challenges that could come our way. The originals, Guerrillas of Destiny, whatever you want to call them, of course, Tangaloa, Bad Luck Fale, have got to be looking at their titles and thinking challenges can come from any side, and it is going to be hard, probably, to hold on to those titles. I'd be no surprise if that was the case. Bobby Lashley to start this one against Mojo Rawley, Sin Cara alongside Rawley. This is essentially a showcase match for the Dangerous Alliance here. And of course have found their footing, especially after Judgment Day in that steel cage match for Bobby Fish. And are hoping to get a playing field, an opportunity to prove themselves in the tag team division. Oh my goodness, Mojo and Sin Cara working together there with an interesting double team at a very early kick out. But yeah, just a showcase match really for these two guys, showing what they can bring to the table and showing why The tag team champions should be on the lookout for them. Just pure strength there from Lashley. Now we look to tag in Sheamus here. Celtic Warrior going to bring himself out. Feels as if the more often you see these guys in action, the better the chemistry is getting between them as a tag team. Lashley only having just joined SmackDown Live following the draft, instantly made his mark by joining the Dangerous Alliance. They've worked great helping Bobby Fish. Now as a duo, they can work just as strong in their own rights by going after the tag team titles as well, with Bobby Fish, of course, seeking his hands on a fourth WWE title as well. Could that set the stage for a Dangerous Alliance takeover of SmackDown Live? Knocking the originals off their perch, of course holding half the titles on this brand. Interesting double team there. It's like Lashley just brought his weight down there across the face of Sin Cara as he clubs away at him now. Oh, look at the strength. Gorilla press slam. Down goes Sin Cara. Promising start from the two, but it has just disappeared in an instant, and it's not going to be getting any better. As a matter of fact, there's going to be a lot of blood rushing for all the wrong reasons through Sin Cara right now, because it's all going to his head. Delayed vertical suplex connects. Sin Cara planted into the mat. Bobby Lashley now will look to put this one away. Spear connects. Into the cover we go. Sheamus getting in. Mojo getting in. Doesn't make a difference. The Dangerous Alliance have won it in convincing fashion. Fale Tangaloa, it might be worth you keeping an eye on these two men, because they seem to have a keen eye on those tag team titles. So do so many other teams in SmackDown Live as well. The going is about to get tough heading into the summer for the tag team champions, but who will be next in line for those tag team titles? Alright, having moved away from that now and into our next contest of the evening, I assure you this is going to be a good one. Kevin Owens versus Ricochet coming up right now for you. The four-time WWE champion meets a man who has been putting together wins ever since he left Kota Ibushi and formed the Saviours. But this is a real test this evening for Ricochet. This is one of the toughest talents that SmackDown Live has to offer. This is a man who has held that WWE Championship 4 times and would love to hold it for a 5th. And of course he could start all of that by winning over Ricochet here this evening, but there of course are so many people on this brand. Everyone on this brand basically will want their hands on Kazuchika Okada. And right now we're sort of seeing, it seems as if Fish has worked his way back to that #1 contendership in all fairness. But of course you have the likes of the Blackheart in the Bank, Tommaso Ciampa. There could also be others. AJ Styles probably desperate to try for another title opportunity, even though he's at the bottom of the barrel. You can also assume there's going to be guys like CM Punk maybe, Finn Balor. If he still has issues with the originals though, then you could probably talk him out of that one. And I would argue, as an outside shot, is this guy. Ricochet has been growing in so many ways since he formed this group. He has become so much more locked in, focused in ring. And it seems so weird for a guy who just a few months ago was teaming with Kota Ibushi, was a guy who everyone wanted to see in ring action, was a guy who everyone wanted to cheer for, and now he goes around calling himself the savior of SmackDown Live and believes that he is above and beyond everyone else. That these two men here, Roderick Strong and Drew Gulak, needed cleansing and they came to him for it. It's a real prophet-like mindset from Ricochet. But the weirdest thing about it all is, it's worked. Look at how many more victories Ricochet has achieved since starting the Saviours. They've put Kota Ibushi on the shelf at Backlash. We haven't seen Ibushi in over a month now. Ricochet has beaten, of course, at Judgment Day, he beat a 3-time world champion in Dolph Ziggler. Now tonight, he has the opportunity to beat a 4-time WWE champion in Kevin Owens. The growth of this man is exponential, and I really believe if there is every reason to think that Ricochet could have his hands on a title at some point. Could even be challenging for the WWE title at some point. Nothing preventing that from happening. But here we go between these two guys right now. This is the test for Ricochet to see where he stands in SmackDown Live as he locks horns with Kevin Owens. Doesn't matter when it is, doesn't matter how many losses in a row he's had. Kevin Owens is always one of the hardest talents to face on SmackDown Live. Because he has so many accolades. 4 WWE titles, Intercontinental title, Money in the Bank briefcase. He's done so much in this universe as Kevin Owens, and I don't think he's done yet either, not by a long shot. Jesus, the strength of Ricochet there to slam Owens into the mat. Made it look easy as well, showing off a little bit as he did it. Driving away, forearms into the back now of Kevin Owens, turns him around. What are we going to see here? Pulling him out of the turnbuckle. Hang on. Here's looking at you, Finn Balor, as he hits that shotgun drop kick. Standing shooting star press follows up. Of course, we saw Ricochet break out that incredible new move of his at Judgment Day, that springboard cutter from the top rope with a corkscrew in midair as well. Drove Ziggler into the mat with it and defeated him. We'll be seeing that as well this evening. Look out. Oh, good. There from Kevin Owens to get himself out of that one. Here we go now. Owens. Package. Fall away. Bomb. I was thinking it was too early in this match. Look for the package pile driver, even though from the looks of things he could have done it. Ricochet wasn't putting up a fight. Maybe he knew it wouldn't be enough to put away the savior of SmackDown Live as well. Here comes now the ability there from Ricochet, shrugging off that kick. Lining up Kevin Owens now. He hangs onto the ropes here. Not for much longer as he's knocked to the outside. But Owens quick up to his feet. Ricochet though, taking flight, my goodness. Oh my goodness, what a move from Ricochet there. Down on the back it looked like of Kevin Owens. That would have done damage to both men, but Owens plentiful more as he had the weight of Ricochet coming down on him. Springboard uppercut attempt avoided by Kevin Owens, who has him up on his shoulders now. Single knee gutbuster. Owens starting to fire up. Senton splash connects after it. Once Kevin Owens starts cooking, it's hard to get him to stop. Definitely going to need a lot of hope from Ricochet, or maybe some involvement from the Saviours to derail him. Sharpshooter now from Owens. Canadian pride shining through there. And the man from Montreal, but Ricochet able to slip his way out of that sharpshooter there. Chop in the chest, lining up Owens once again, throws him to the outside for a second time. He will take flight again. Ricochet will soar. And you can bet Kevin Owens will be a different type of soul after that one. Ricochet controlling the contest right now. And Owens still just as resilient as ever, still just as tough as a fighter as ever. Fighting back here, throwing him into the apron. Drew Gulak stepping up there, getting a little bit close to the action. Into the ring pole as well. That looked like a nasty impact for Ricochet. Didn't have any time to cover up for it. Head first into it. Cover is made. Will this finish off Ricochet here? Only gets a 1 count. But Owens. There is blood. A cut has formed on Ricochet, but that could be the least of his worries. Pop-up powerbomb maybe incoming. No, the boot is caught. Spinning. Heel kick there from Ricochet. Cut on the face. That has to be from going into the ring pole. That's how bad of an impact it was for Ricochet. Busted him open. He'll take things to the top rope now. Is he thinking 630 maybe? No, he's thinking, Phoenix Splash. That's what he had in his mind. Ricochet with a huge move. It's almost like when the blood started flowing, it awoke something within the savior of SmackDown Live. Has Owens up against the ropes now. Irish whip. Oh, and again with that kick in the in the jaw. I don't know if it's a big boot or a super kick. What I know is that's a downward spiral. Face first into the mat goes Kevin Owens. Owens in trouble now. And I think he's about to have the same onslaught that came the way of Dolph Ziggler at Judgment Day. Ricochet will Irish whip him and will line him up for the save yourself. Drapes an arm over Kevin Owens' chest. Ricochet has won it again. Another victory for the savior of SmackDown Live. And the save yourself puts the end to this contest. Ricochet, your winner in a competitive contest. But think about it, Ricochet just beat a 4-time WWE champion. And he has the marks to show what a hard-fought contest it was as well. What is next for this man? What comes the way of Ricochet next, I wonder? I would love to have the answer. Oh my goodness. Hang on a minute, as Ricochet finishes his celebrations inside of the ring, outside, Mojo Rawley assaulting Kevin Owens. A beaten, battered Kevin Owens. Mojo Rawley putting the boots to him. The hell was that all about? I have no idea, folks, but it is time for our main event of the evening. Up next, this is going to be a good one. Samoa Joe, Bobby Fish. Here we go. Strap yourselves in. Oh, I hope Bloomington's ready because here we go. First out in your main event of the evening, the Samoan submission machine, Samoa Joe, coming towards the ring. Samoa Joe, much the same can be said about him as Kevin Owens. It doesn't matter if he hasn't won a match in 5 minutes or 5 weeks. He is always a dangerous competitor to be in that ring with. Bobby Fish has experienced it. Bobby Fish has fought this man before. These two men are incredible fighters in their own separate ways. Samoa Joe looking forward to this contest, I imagine. Looking forward to a hard-fought fight against Bobby Fish, as these two men will do battle here this evening. Of course, we already know what Bobby Fish has his eyes on. He said it himself when Judgment Day went off the air. 15 months it has been since he last had his hands on the WWE Championship. And he wants it back again. It's almost like it's his baby to Bobby Fish. He desires it back around his waist. The longest reigning WWE champion we've had in this universe. The second longest reign in this universe in its entirety at 390 days. Bobby Fish became, he has so many accolades. The longest reigning WWE Championship reign, the first man to crack a year as a champion in this universe, the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion. There is so much that Bobby Fish has done in this universe, and there is one thing that he wants again. That is that WWE Championship for a 4th time. He wants to hold that belt again. He wants it to be his. He desires it, because you have to remember, it was Kazuchika Okada who took the title away from him in the main event of WrestleMania. And it was Kazuchika Okada who defeated Bobby Fish the last time he challenged for the WWE Championship, which was, coincidentally enough, Judgment Day last year. The very event where Bobby Fish last challenged for the WWE title was the very event where he staked his claim for another chance at the title. 15 months it has been since Fish was champion. But only about a week and a half it has been since he held that title after he cracked it over the head of a bloodied Okada once Judgment Day had reached its conclusion. Make no mistakes, ladies and gentlemen, there are hard feelings between Bobby Fish and Kazuchika Okada, especially when it comes to Fish towards Okada. Right now, Bobby Fish has to turn his focus to Samoa Joe. You got to assume wherever the WWE Champion is, he's going to be watching this, because Okada knows the threat is on him now, courtesy of Bobby Fish. And of course, I think There could be worriment within Okada because the last time he headed into Summer as champion, he didn't leave the Summer as champion. Bobby Fish, though, has refound himself. He's regained what he once was, I think. And I have to say, I think that started back at WrestleMania when he beat Shawn Michaels. In Shawn Michaels' final match, in that last man standing match, it was as if we had seen the Bobby Fish that held that title for 390 days. It was as if he reawoke at WrestleMania. And since that moment on, he has been so dangerous, so lethal within this ring. Look at this right now, Samoa Joe making life treacherous and painful for Bobby Fish as he lights up the chest with chops and the jawline with a few shots. Beautiful Tiger suplex. Doesn't let go though. Wraps his arms around the waist, into that cover kick out at 2. Out. Oh, great evasion there by Fish, and from behind with that lariat in the back of the neck. Fish has had a good few scraps since WrestleMania. He had a last man standing match at WrestleMania. He had a Falls Count Anywhere at Backlash. He had a steel cage at Judgment Day. You can add that to the list of stipulation matches Bobby Fish has found himself in. Tables, ladders, and chairs. He's done that. No disqualification. He's done that quite a few times. Hell in a Cell. Add that to his list as well. Have a look out. Samoa Joe, as ruthless as ever, does not care about Bobby Fish's accolades, simply cares about getting a huge win here tonight. Exploder incoming. Oh! Rough landing for Fish. Heyman getting involved. The Snake quick to get his teeth dug into this contest, distracting Joe enough time for Fish to capitalize with that reverse DDT. Little surprised that was the case either. Here we go with the turnbuckle now. Oh! Referee goes down in the issues there, but look at that. Kicks in the chest from Fish, the 3-time WWE champion, with an onslaught right now to Samoa Joe. I just talked, of course, about how Bobby Fish has really reawoken and refound himself following WrestleMania. Could that lead him to that WWE title once again? Is the real question. Does it have it? Is it all pent up to lead him to that title once again, maybe? Samoa Joe plans on trying to put a stop to all of that. Uranagi slam there to Bobby Fish. Fish in huge trouble. Tiger suplex as well. No cover this time. Camel clutch locked in here. The neck of Bobby Fish just went through agony. Can he hang on in there though? Will he be able to fight on out of this one? Yes, he will. Slips his way out of that. Man, you've got to imagine has a combined maybe close to 500 days as WWE champion. That's not even including his Intercontinental Championship reign either. That was in the 200s. Uh-oh. Oh, he sucked him! And he sucked him good with that left. Joe was dazed and he faked out with the right and then came in hard with the left. Flying forearm. Down goes. Oh, wait a minute. Wait. Heyman with a distraction. Oh, the referee quick to act there. I think the ref saw the chair and knew that was going to be used as an opening, thwarting the attempt of Heyman and Fish right there. Good on you, ref. Things aren't about to get any better though for Fish. Oh, what a German suplex across the ring. Once again though, Heyman provides a distraction. For the 3rd time in this match, Heyman getting involved, and Fish will try and steal one. Roll up by Fish, not this way. Oh, Joe kicks out just in time. 2.5 there easily. Bobby Fish unable to put away Joe just yet, but he has found his opening now. Main event starting to kick up a notch here. And no surprise when you put 2 former world champions in the ring that the match will kick up by some notches. Uh-oh. Clothesline and down goes Bobby Fish there. You could hear the impact of it. He definitely got knocked silly as well as by that one there. Headbutt in that corner now. Fish in a world of trouble. Boot raking across the face. It's cut open Fish, but that might be the least of his worries. German suplex. Trifecta of suplexes incoming. Dragon and straight jacket. Nailed them all. This could be the end here. Oh, Heyman. Heyman dragging out the referee. How much more can the ref stand for in this match? How much more of Heyman's heinous actions can he let slide? Well, it might not be that much more because Joe is in. Yes! Coquina clutch! The Coquina clutch is locked in. It's locked in deep. Bobby Fish trying to fight out of it, and fair play he does. He rolls over. Joe's shoulders are pinned down. Ref into count. Oh, but Joe able to get the shoulder up in time at 1 there. I don't think referee was expecting that to happen because he was slow to move in for the count as well. No making excuses for Fish. That was definitely a surprise to all. Matchup continuing on though. Bobby Fish fighting on from the very best of the onslaught that Samoa Joe has to throw his way, and that's a little surprise coming from a man who held the title for over 12 months. Up on the second rope he goes now. Bobby Fish lining himself up here, looking to connect big from the second rope. Drop kick, got all of it. Samoa Joe, it's almost as if he exerted all of his energy trying to put him away in that Coquina clutch. Sleeping with the fishies. And much the same that befell Robert Roode. There is one move to go in this one. The almighty fish hook. A move that dominated Smackdown Live for over a year. And a move and a man who could be looking to dominate Smackdown Live for another 12. He covers Samoa Joe. Bobby Fish wins an electric main event. That man is seeking title number 4. He is looking, he is knocking on Kazuchika Okada's door, and he is demanding his baby back. He wants that WWE Championship back, and he can have a good look at it right now, because here comes the Rainmaker. Okada coming towards the ring. 2 generations of WWE champions staring eye to eye, and you have to feel another match is on the horizon between these 2 greats.